Hello beautiful souls and welcome. Today we are doing things slightly differently. Usually I start with the tarot cards and then we move on to the oracle cards for this weekly reading. But my magical herb oracle was just calling to me. I needed to use it. So we're going to start with an oracle card and then we will move on to the Wildwood Tarot to get any more messages. So I hope you all are doing well, and I do want to take this moment to remind everyone that this is a general reading. Not all messages will resonate with everyone, and that is perfectly okay. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is also a timeless reading, so while I am doing these weekly tarot card readings, it doesn't mean that it is specific to the week that I put the video up. I'm just putting them up on a weekly basis. Okay, so let's see. We have the card of creativity, which is the plant ginger. Okay, so this may be time to tap into your creativity, tap into your creative forces. We have coltsfoot, which is cleanse. Okay, perhaps you need to get something out, something off your chest, and you could do that by tapping into your creativity. And then we have the card of enthusiasm, which is dill. Okay, so yeah, I mean, those cards popped out so quickly. This message is definitely meant for someone. What else do we have for you? So again, I'm feeling this very cleansing kind of energy, and getting it out, getting it, off your chest by doing something that you really enjoy, something that is creative. And it could be creative in a couple different ways. So it could be creative in the sense of artistic or crafty, so painting. It could even be drawing, could even be something like music or poetry, writing, but it could also be creating in other senses. So like creating a delicious meal or creating a photo collage, like who knows what, right? It could be there's so many different ways to be creative. And I feel like whatever the cards are asking you to do, it's something that you're already passionate about. It's something that you already do on a weekly basis. And they're just telling you to start implementing this as a way to work through emotions, work through feelings, cleanse the system. I'm feeling really mentally cleansing the system. So again, working through. So perhaps if you are, working through some hard emotions, this could even be making yourself some kind of delicious treat that you've always enjoyed. Perhaps it's something that you found comforting because your family made it when you were a kid, like maybe your mom or your grandma or someone made it for you as a kid, and it's just something that's cleansing. And as you're eating it and you're enjoying it and you're savoring those flavors, you can work through and release and let go those emotions that are bugging you. A lot of the times people say, they talk about emotional eating as a negative thing. Well, yes and no. I mean, emotional eating can be very negative, especially if you're doing it in a very mindless way and you're just not even conscious of the fact that you're eating. But deliberately treating yourself to something because it makes you feel good, because of the nostalgia or the memories around it, it can be a very healing and cleansing kind of endeavor. What else do we have? Yeah, with the dill card, with the enthusiasm, it's doing whatever it is that you're doing with a passion. It's not about creating mindlessly. It's not about detaching as you're doing it. So it's almost like, if you're doing, say, stream of conscious journaling, or if you're writing poetry, it's not about doing it mindlessly. A lot of the times we think of stream of conscious journaling as detaching ourselves from our thoughts and just letting them flow. But we also have to be mindful of what we're doing, and we have to observe what we're doing. We don't want to stop the flow of thoughts and ideas. We want to be able to get them out. but we still have to be aware of what we're doing and what we're feeling in the moment. You know, if you're writing something and then all of a sudden you're feeling very, very choked up, you know, maybe feeling, you know, the energy centers, say, of your throat really activating, then that could mean something is being repressed in terms of communication, in terms of vocalization. Or perhaps you feel it more in the stomach area. You know, you're feeling discomfort there, and then we need to maybe work on those energetic centers. But if you're not creating and working through this mindfully, you may not notice those little cues that your body and your soul and your mind are giving you. We have the Woodward. This is about strength. This is also a card about knowing what is right for you, what is in alignment with you, what feels good to you. So as you're working through, as you're detoxing, as you're cleansing, be mindful of what feels good and what doesn't. If it doesn't feel good, then step away. It's about creating a balance. You don't want to push yourself so hard that you're overwhelmed and you're never going to actually work through it. You know, you don't want to be so overwhelmed that you're creating more trauma than you're trying to work through. So you do have to, you know, be mindful. If you're feeling like there's a whole bunch of emotions welling up inside of you and you're feeling like you just need to stop and cry, then stop and cry. We have the Three of Bows, which is fulfillment. I feel like at the end of this endeavor, you will feel very fulfilled. You feel very empowered, but also light at the same time. You'll be feeling like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and that will bring you joy. You have the Nine of Stones, which is tradition, which is making me think that for some of you, what you need to work through is not necessarily yours. This could be ancestral traumas. This could be pressure put on you from your parents, from your siblings, from friends, family, someone you look up to. Could even be some kind of an elder within your community, or some kind of religious leader, or perhaps even a teacher. But we have a full moon on this card, and full moons are about looking in the dark places. You know, a new moon does not illuminate the world the same way that a full moon does. And I mean, a full moon doesn't even technically illuminate, it's just reflecting the sun. But when you're outside in the dark in a full moon, it's very dark. But when you are out on when you're out on a new moon, it's very dark. When you're out on a full moon, it seems like it's so much brighter, so much lighter, so much, you know, you can see just that much more. That's kind of the metaphor for shadow work. And it's also the point of the lunar cycle that the moon starts to go out of being full. It's, you know, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and soon it will return to darkness. And it's about release, releasing, cleansing. Is it actually a full moon? I think it is. We're coming up on the full moon. So this may be time for you to release. Work with the lunar cycles to release and let go of things that you have been carrying with you for far too long. Okay? For many of you, I feel like you will know exactly the method that will work for you once you start doing it. You might not know it right away, but once you start, whether it is journaling, whether it is painting, whether it's singing, whether it's whatever. Once you start doing it, it'll just feel right. And I feel like that will be so empowering, and it'll allow you to continue. You know, once you set the ball in motion, it'll really keep going, and it'll begin to pick up speed in a very positive way, a very cleansing, healing kind of way. But I think now is the time for you to start this journey. Now is the time for you to start this cleansing process, because I feel it will be very beneficial for you. So I'm glad I listened to my cards today when Magickal Herb Oracle was, it was just, I could tell just looking at my cards. I was like, that deck has something to say, and clearly it did. So I hope it has helped you today, and I hope this message finds you well and will allow you to move forward and cleanse and let go and release what you need to. Please hit that subscribe button and do all those other fun YouTube things, such as sharing this video with friends, hitting the like button, and leaving me a comment down in the comments below. I hope you have a fantastic day. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Bye.